There's a cat on my head. Woo! Observatory, LA, California. There she is.
Joel Marshall reporting live from Lunch Therapy, Seattle Airport. It is 4:30. The place is packed though. There's a lot of people, and the train is coming. Here comes the train. Stand clear of the closing doors. This train is now departing. Please hold on to a post or handrail and check the display panel map for your next destination. was me yesterday at 4
Hey.
o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock.
Well,
Happy
what happened at
Barefoot
4 o'clock in the
Tuesday.
morning?
I was in the airport at 4:30 a.m. yesterday morning. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it's pretty good.
Coming back from Seattle, right?
That's right. You know, you sound like you're in heaven.
Because I am.
I think you are. Is it kind of a heaven? Barefoot Tuesday thing?
Hey, player one.
Yay, player one.
Is that?
Holy
Do we know if that's a
Danielle.
boy or a girl?
Player one? From the
Yeah,
movie.
player
it was
one. Are you a
believe it
us,
was a boy.
a them, a we,
movie.
she, or a he?
Is this heaven? This is heaven. The there's a baby in the background too. You hear the baby? Holy. Anyway, so you know, I want to tell you something really exciting.
The baby is coming from the background of that scenery?
Yeah, we're in Everett right now. Everett, Washington.
Okay.
Everwet, as they call it. The you know, we went up there for graduation yesterday. My nephew Jack Marshall graduated from Shorecrest High School, so we went up there and saw the festivities. That was super fun.
So you got to go up for graduation and Father's Day?
Yep, it's pretty awesome.
2 birds, man. 2 birds.
Yeah, it was cool. Got to see my dad, got to see my mom, everybody up there. It was super fun. Got to play some video games with my nephews.
Oh, that was a great picture. You have that picture that you sent? The family picture? That was a good picture.
Yeah, I don't have it with me. Howard says, I'll be at LAX tomorrow morning working to Orlando. God, I could have used you yesterday, Howard, but more on that to come. More on that to come. So let's get into this thing called lunch therapy. I want to say on Friday, we're going to have a guest, and you're going to like this, Bloss. He's an improv guy. Michael J. Sealaff. He's in a two-man improv troupe called Wasp. And he also is an
white
actor.
Anglo-Saxon
They are
Protestant.
kind of waspy. They are kind of waspy. Yep. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. All right, let's get into this thing called lunch therapy. Get the storm going. I don't know who this guy is behind me, but he looks pretty scary. I think he might be a friend of Boney's. Or maybe that is Boney. It's kind of eerie on the afternoon to have that guy there. I gotta get some breathing. You ready to do some breathing? Some healing breathing? Let's do it. Okay, so here we are. Healing vibrations. The internal machinery of life, the chemistry of the parts, is something beautiful. Turns out we're all interconnected. What?
You know, their visuals are just as good as their sounds.
These guys are incredible. I mean, they put out these things like every week, sometimes twice a week. Boney gets his revenge.
These guys are our favorites.
Hope that never happens.
Yeah, such a good program.
Speaking of the program,
you can listen and watch these guys on their channel too. You can catch them here, but you can also catch them when you need them.
Anytime you want. So we're gonna breathe in through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. All the way out. You know, somebody said the other day that they feel like they have to keep their stomach muscles relaxed for the breathing, and then other times they have to tense it so they can have ripped abdominal muscles. It turns out,
like tightening up the core.
but it turns out in breathing, doing this kind of breathing, you do tighten your core. When you breathe out, you want to like really push all the air out. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. This is the part right here. This is the part. You strike those stomach muscles. Really let all the air out. Howard says,
Drop
did
their
Jack
shoulders.
Marshall like the lunch therapy shirts? You got him for a graduation gift. Yeah. Actually, I gave him some Slob 90X shirts a while back, and they wear those proudly around the school.
Did he graduate? What was it? High school?
High school, yeah. Shorecrest.
Awesome. Awesome.
The Scotsman. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Today on the show, we're going to talk about air travel. And because I was recently air traveling, there's going to be some stand-up comedy from the airport. Yeah, that's going to be a new thing.
We did some remote Trash Panda?
It's called locational stand-up. It's a new thing. You know how a while back I went to like Venice Beach and I was busking, right?
Yeah.
Which is, stand-up busking, where you just do your stand-up outside. Well, this is like when you go around in life, you can busk. But you just do it to your camera, or maybe you do it to some other people. I don't know. I was kind of quiet, I'll tell you. I was very quiet because I was so tired, But anyway, so this is called
actual word?
busking. It's when you take your guitar out and you play in the streets. It's called busking.
Yeah, so you're kind of street performing, you mean?
Yeah, but this is different. This is you do your stand-up to the camera, and then later on you play it on Lunch Therapy.
Busking. All right.
See what I mean? It's sort of observational comedy too, because you're out in the world observing.
And you're making fun of what you're paying attention to.
Just experiencing what you're experiencing, trying to find the humor in it, trying to find the poignant moments. Anyway, we will demonstrate that later on. But first, I've got the most. This is going to blow you away because we always have the healing, music, such as the music we have right now, and then we also have innovations in music as well on the show, and then we also have people that do cover songs at the end of the show. That's a little bit of all of it. Matt says you can get a license to busk in Seattle. I think that's where I first heard the term. Is I got a license with Kevin Sherman to do that at Pike Place Market. Yeah, but we never did.
Matt, what's up, Matt?
Never did it. Crowd work on the street. All right, so we're going to get out to all that. It's good to see Matt. Good to see everybody. Let's get into this thing called musical therapy, which is going to enlighten you on new ways to make music.
Musical therapy.
So I want to set this up. This is ALEM. I contacted him, asked him if we could play this on the show because it is a combination of beatboxing and Tibetan deep bowl music. Deep bowl? Something like that.
Deep bowl. Look, that's a deep bowl right there.
That's
look at
a deep bowl. I got my deep bowl too.
You know how deep that bowl is right there.
So check this out. Check it out, dude. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Singing bowl beatbox.
That's a microphone.
See that microphone he's got in his hand? Yeah. Isn't this cool? He's got a channel called ALEM YouTube. It's in the show notes. And you get a license to thrill. Good question. I think ALEM's got a license to thrill. This kind of reminds me of that song, Turned Down for What? You know that one?
Turn down for what?
Turned Down for What? relaxing and invigorating at the same time.
It's nice. It's another whole nother take.
Check out ALEM on his channel. There's a link in the show notes. He's got all kinds of interesting things there. Not just this, but more. So dope. That's what Kamala says. I agree.
Nice. That was nice.
Turn down.
You know, we got to get ALEM.
Yeah.
We got to get ALEM a mic stand.
We got to get all of them in here. All of them.
Get him a mic stand.
No, I think he probably likes
to use his other hand. Oh, you think he likes to hold it?
I think he likes to have that, like, to modulate it, right?
Yeah, like he can control the volume by going in and out.
Control it. So I don't know. You know, it's very tech. I got a microphone like that. All I need is a bowl and some BEATBOX. That guy.
Maybe a little bit of talent too.
Talent, or maybe even like practice. That would be an idea for you.
I think practice leads to better talent.
I think so. Practice makes talent. All right,
better talent makes better talent.
There was some crazy comments going on in that thing. Equal Means Equal said this was insanely good. You can put that on his website for sure. Jose said he's going to Seattle. I think there was some weird talk about busking and heroin and all kinds of bizarre stuff. Turned down for what? Matt says, if anything flies out of your mouth when beatboxing, it will be collected in the bowl. Yeah, it's perfect.
It catches. It catches.
It catches it all. All right, so here's the aforementioned environmental commentary coming your way. Okay, so I'm waiting for the plane, and it's gonna be another 20 minutes or so. It is terrible in the airport. There's so much garbage. I don't know why. I mean, you know, it's weird. You go to the airport and you feel like you should really, you feel sort of like you're like in this limbo world where you're not really responsible for your actions. I feel like I always just want to, it used to be when I got to the airport, I just wanted to start drinking no matter what time it was. Right now it's about 4:45 a.m. And if I drank, I'd probably be trying to find a drink right now, because it's just like the rules don't apply at the airport. Nope. So, you know, I'm trying to find some kind of like thing to eat, get really hungry all of a sudden, just feel like out of control.
Is that a cow?
This is something you don't see every day. Greedy cow burger. I mean, where's the greedy cow, right? Seems like a greedy human, perhaps, eating the cow.
Good looking brioche bun.
Despicable. Absolutely despicable. This is a Seattle airport, by the way. I'm hungry. Yum, 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 yum.
Stays in the airport.
Until you get your credit card statement.
It's
a place of total loss of control. Right now I'm charging my phone. I think I'm going wild. I feel like I gotta have like the highest charge possible by the time I get on the plane. Gotta load it up. On the way here, I watched Creed 3 on my phone. And let me tell you something, that's a good movie. I don't know what it's, the acting is good, the script is good, it's a pretty simple story, but it really does the job. So much so that the plane started to land before the end boxing match was over, and that was stressful. It made it kind of added an extra level of drama to the movie, and I was able to see who won. I was able to get through the movie. I'm not going to ruin that for you right now, but I would highly recommend seeing Creed 3, which is the sequel to 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 the prequel to the sequel to the sequel to prequel of Rocky. Yeah.
That was well done.
Sylvester Stallone is not in it. He's an executive producer. He was complaining a lot because apparently Irwin Winkler, the producer, just took the rights or something and just made it his own. And clearly it was Sylvester Stallone's baby. But you know, I don't think he's done too poorly. So I'll watch the movie. It's not like I'm going to boycott it or something. And yeah, check it out. Creed 3. That's my review. I'm still here at the airport. Super exciting here. Maybe I'll commit some crimes. Just kidding. I thought maybe the NSA was gonna like swarm in on me just because I said that at an airport. It's getting harder and harder to say things these days without feeling like there's gonna be some kind of ramification, and you have to be like, I'm joking, I'm joking. You know what they say, more true things are said in jest. That's what they say.
That's terrible.
Pretty spooky. Joel Marshall reporting from the Seattle airport, the SeaTac airport, reporting for Lunch Therapy. Now back to you, Joel.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know, kind of low energy, but real.
But
you're keeping it real.
But you're at an airport. I think the reporting and the review was good.
Yeah.
You know, it's so weird that you say you watch Creed 3 on your phone. I just watched Creed, the first Creed.
You did.
I started
it was good, right?
Monday. I started Sunday and I finished it yesterday.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is weird. Really weird. Equal Means Equal loves the Sub Pop store. I have some Sub Pop merchandise from the airport. So yeah. Anyway, that's cool.
Hey, wait a minute. But you
What?
watched the other two Creeds, right?
I watched maybe the first one, but
Yeah,
Creed
because
3.
Stallone's in it.
Creed 3 is special. It's a special movie.
Yeah.
I gotta admit.
Yeah, people that have seen it said they liked it too.
The acting is good. The
Yeah,
script
Sylvester
is good.
Stallone's in the first one, and you're saying he's not in the third one because Irwin Winkler took it over? So it sounded like you were saying.
I heard Sylvester Stallone talking about it, and he's kind of mad because all the rights are. He, you know, obviously was an executive producer on it, but apparently he doesn't own it anymore. He doesn't own the franchise anymore. I mean, he owns like a part of it, or he gets profits, obviously. But
well, because he wrote it, but as far as the licensing, when he first agreed to do the movie, you know, the studio, they owned the publishing and the licensing probably still.
yeah,
Man, that's more than 30 years ago, though.
I know. All right. Oh. So we got breaking news today. I mean, first of all, I did want to point out we've got the. I don't know if y'all know about this, but there's the missing submarine. I don't want to dwell too much on this, but I just want to acknowledge the fact, that there is a missing submarine. That it's a submersible submarine that was going down to look at the Titanic. And they've got about 40 hours worth of oxygen in that thing, but they lost them and they can't find them. And the boat that pulls it up and they usually communicate with this thing they don't know where they are. So that's kind of stressful. Did you hear about that?
They're so deep that there's no line? I mean, no hard line, right? Ooh.
Yeah, they have no way of finding them other than they've got people up in the air looking for them. They got people down below looking for them. There are 5 people on board. It costs $250,000 to even just ride in the submarine. So yeah. So that's going on.
Scary.
So we got to send out
Scary because
yeah.
Those kind of submarines, when they're down there looking at a ship that's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how they move and they fall? They could be trapped in there.
I don't even want to think
pieces
about it.
of the boat moved or whatever. That's terrible.
So claustrophobic about that stuff. So claustrophobic. I
Claustrophobic
can't even
in
go
here
on
right
the
now.
light rail at SeaTac. When I was on that train, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope we don't get stuck in here. Yeah.
Ugh. Good luck to those
Stallone-
guys.
Yeah, good luck to those guys. They're still talking about Stallone because didn't Sly film Assassins in Seattle? I believe they did. Yeah, that's a good idea. We should tie it together, make sure that this is all cohesive. So anyway, that's going on. Send out your wishes to those people, your well wishes, your prayers or whatever, because we don't know if we're going to get them back.
Not good.
I know.
How many people do we know?
5 people on board. Yeah. There was, I had seen, well, I don't think, I guess I can show a little bit of this. Just a minute here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That tight space, hundreds of feet underwater. That's might as well be in space.
Well, that's what they said. They said it's as hard as trying to find somebody who's in space. So
Desperate search and rescue operation is now
here, I got a
underway.
little video here.
Last summer,
They have to have equipment that could like see into the water. You know what I mean? Like if they could see fish swimming around
OceanGate
and go
hosted
fishing.
CBS Sunday Morning
See, that's what it looks like.
David Pogue,
David
who
Pogue
joined a
was on
group
it
trying to visit the
on Sunday
wreckage.
morning.
The expedition had several starts and stops, attributed to bad weather, rough seas, and issues with communication.
We were lost. We were lost for 2.5 hours.
So
When
this,
Pogue
they got lost for
pointed out
2.5
some
hours. That guy.
unusual aspects of the sub.
So it's it goes down, looks at the Titanic. I don't know where else I can show.
How long have they been lost so far? Today.
I think like a day.
Minutes while it took
Oh my God! I did with 40 hours of oxygen.
Statement,
Yeah.
OceanGate said its entire
That
focus
sounds
is on
horrible.
the people in the sub and their
Anyway, this is lunch therapy, so we're not going to dwell on that too much. But I've got some serious breaking news about pennies, so we've got to get onto that. But anyway, send out your.
A copper penny?
Oh, it's interesting that you say a copper penny because pennies really aren't copper anymore. If you can find a good copper penny, you could make some money. So this is what happened. Yeah. New York Times reports that here in Los Angeles, this guy named John Reyes, he was digging around in a house that was like his father-in-law's house, and he found a bunch of pennies. I mean, we're talking like 1 million pennies.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so he was like, okay, this could be like $10,000. So if it's just
Right.
piles and piles and piles of pennies, boxes of pennies, found them all. It was so heavy.
That's
it
a
was
good
like,
penny right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. So that's the thing is they thought, well, okay, what do we do? What would you do if you found 1 million pennies? So they thought,
yeah.
well, take it to the Coinstar, the machine at the
No.
Ralph's or
no,
whatever, where you
don't
put it in
do that.
there. Put it in
No,
there.
no, no, no.
Well, that's what they found out. You don't do that. You don't do that because it takes a percentage, right? So they started to
8%.
get greedy about it, right? Because they're like, we want all $10,000, not $8,000. So, or $9,000. That would be $9,000 for you math buffs out there. So they were like, nope, not going to do that. So they took it to the bank, and they took it to Wells Fargo, and the person there was like, doing everything they could do to send them away because who wants to roll up 10,000 pennies or 1 million pennies, $10,000 worth of pennies? So they were like, yeah, some of those pennies could be worth a lot more than a penny.
Yes.
That's the thing. Because like you were saying, during World War II, the pennies, they needed the copper for the war effort. So they stopped making it. They said in 1943, they accidentally made some copper pennies, but that was like the last of them. And if you can find any of those actual copper pennies,
Those are worth.
there was one that was sold for $300,000, 1 penny. So they're like, so that Wells Fargo person, smart, very smart of that person to just be like, there could be a $300,000 penny in there. So they were like, okay. So they decided that they'd put it online and sell it for $25,000. And that way, if there
All
were
million pennies?
all million pennies for $25,000. So they put it, it's actually, I mean, I think you can still buy it if you want. The problem is everybody wants to look at them first. And they even went home and they were like, well, maybe we should look through all these pennies and see if there's any copper ones. And they did that for like an hour and they were like, forget it. not doing this. Yeah, there's
Impatient.
the Wheaties, the Wheatie pennies. Guinelle says fake news. It's totally true. This is actually happening. And in more penny news, I have more penny news. There's so much penny news these days. I don't know. It's like a, you know why? Because pennies all of a sudden became very important. And I'll tell you why that
They're
is
trying to get
later.
rid of it, remember? They're trying to stop making the penny.
I know, you know,
and using
in-
the penny, and now it's important.
In Canada, they got rid of the penny completely. This might be fake news. No, they got rid of the
I'm going to keep
the
some of my
completely.
Canadian pennies then.
You know, when we were in Washington State, and maybe this still happens now, there'd be a lot of Canadian pennies mixed in with your pennies, because nobody's sorting them out. So that was a kind of a, I don't know, like a more international currency, I suppose.
I have a jar of Canadian coins.
But here's an interesting thing that happened during the pandemic. A man quit his job at this luxury auto works in Georgia. He was like, I'm fed up with this place, because they were giving him a hard time about picking up his kid at childcare. He had to leave early every day at like 5 or something like that to go pick up his kid. So he quit, and he had a $915 paycheck. And so the boss, who was kind of pissed, paid him in pennies and put it in his driveway.
No!
Yeah, $915 worth of pennies.
Fucking jerk.
And not only that, he took some kind of greasy material and he poured it on there, like some kind of greasy, sticky oil. They think it was probably power steering fluid. And so, you know, that was kind of, the guy was kind of pissed off about it. And somebody, I don't know, I don't think it was that person, but it was like some, you know, his wife or somebody like that posted a picture of this on Instagram and was like, look at these assholes paying us in pennies with power steering fluid poured all over it. And it went
Do you have the
viral.
picture?
No, I can't. Boney?
Fuck. Oh.
God, it would be so useful to have a picture. But no.
Does he read the prescript? Does
I don't
Boney
know.
even know what the show's about when we...
Lately, you know, he grew some hair and became a doctor. So ever since then, you know how doctors are. He's a medical doctor. And so it's you know, it's not, there's no way I'm going to find this picture now. There's no way. Boney, thanks a lot. But at least, you know, he made this background here, which is cool. So there were some bad Yelp reviews. So let me read one for you from last year. This is one of the Yelp reviews of this luxury automobile company. I came in for a simple oil change, but when my vehicle was returned, the exhaust pipes were filled with expanding foam. When I finally finished scraping it out, there were pennies behind it. See how they put the pennies in there? I asked what happened, and the shop owner, Miles, told me he couldn't remember if his boys did it or not. He then said, "You got your oil changed. That's all that matters." From which he called me a weenie for bringing it up. Not many auto repair shops in this town, but this one is one to stay away from. So clearly that is a vindictive Yelp review, I think, right? I mean, that couldn't have happened, could it? I don't know. Das Kapital. Just say, that's it, behind you. Yeah, that's right. This is the million pennies behind me. Of course. Oh, that's what it is. Guinelle says, I heard the pennies were being hoarded and the MAGA child molesters by the MAGA child molester for their sex trafficking activities. Yeah. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. In more nonsense, during the pandemic, there has been a coin shortage, just like Guinelle said. More nonsense. Can you believe it? Okay, so people have been hoarding pennies, and clearly this guy hoarded a million of them. And it actually made it so it was harder for people to pay cash, because not only pennies, but also other change. People have been keeping them at their house. They're not going out and spending them, probably because they don't want to transmit diseases with them. And so it became really hard to pay cash because there's not enough change. And they're calling it the Great Coin Shortage of 2022. And so in 2019, the U.S. Mint actually manufactured, get this, they're still making coins, still making these pennies. They manufactured 7 billion pennies in the United States at a loss of nearly $70 million. I don't know how that works. So yeah, thinking maybe we need to get rid of the penny. This person in the New York Times said, "I hate pennies." Her name is Mrs. White. She said they're so useless that she usually throws them on the ground, and when she gets them back as change. They're so stupid, she said. So there you go. All right, so our next news item.
What's stupid? The pennies are stupid? What's
She's so mad at the pennies. Some people are mad. It's a very controversial topic, pennies. I mean, maybe you noticed that in the discussion of pennies, because people are, I don't know. I guess it's, sometimes when there's a shortage of something, it can become very, oh, you found it? Boney, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool that he found that. Yes, let's see if I can get that on the screen here. There it is. Those are the pennies that were paid to the person and put in the driveway, right?
Look at,
right,
they have a
Klaus?
cleaning wipes on a step stool. They're gonna try to clean every penny.
They're gonna clean every single one of them. It's $917. So.
You know what, dude?
What?
I'd start counting them and then wait a day and tell the guy who paid him that he's fucking $800 short.
It's a good idea.
Jackass.
It's a good idea. You know what? Speaking of things to look at, my cat has been here this entire time, which never happens.
What do you mean?
Because
here with you?
Here with us this entire time.
Uh-huh.
And I usually by now he would be screaming and yelling, but he's very calm. I think probably because of the calm aspect of the show. And there he is.
Yeah.
Cat cam.
Ah.
Charlie. Yep. I think he's been on the show before, but not live. So.
Oh, nice. Just kicking it, napping. Wait a minute. The cat's napping through the show?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point of the show, is just
At
relaxation.
least she's not changing the channel.
He's like majorly inspiring when it comes to relaxation. Nothing really gets to him. Canada figured out the coin thing. Direct deposit.
Okay, let me say something real quick before we change subjects on the coins.
Yeah.
Because I studied. We have a bunch of coins. So you had a bag full of coins, right?
Yeah.
So I started going through looking for the rare ones. And what it is with coins is the mint. There's three mints, right? San Francisco, Detroit, and Philly. So if you look at a penny, if you look at the penny, you look at the date, right?
Yeah.
It's on the bottom right hand side of the corner. If you look at the date,
Yeah.
right? Let me see if I can get it. Under the date will be an S, a P, or a D. It tells you where it was minted, right?
Yeah.
The rare pennies are the ones, if you could find one that doesn't have the letter on there.
Oh.
That's one of the first things you look for. The second thing you look for is the year. And if you look it up, if you start looking into coins, you'll find like a rare year, like let's say 1938 or something like that, like after the Depression or before World War II. And one of those pennies, Lincoln has 2 ears. So they call.
You're making that up.
You know
I think that's
no.
fake news.
Listen to me. I love this. You know how they stamp a coin, right? The mint stamps a coin. They call that coloring, or it's a weird word. They use a different word for the imprint. And you look for those rare marks, like where the words are at. You'll see double letters, because what happened? It hit it, and then it hit it again. And they only
it's got a double
then there's only like 40 of those or something like that. So when you look for rare coins, you look for errors. That's what you look for, and you look for a coin that doesn't have the mint stamp on it. Those are two of the things you look for.
And also a 1943 copper coin, apparently.
Ooh.
So this is the
Right after the war.
podcast This Week in Coin Collecting. For those of you that might have just joined us. In shark news, it turns out they did a study and they found out that humans have sharks nearby much more often than we thought they did. According to they just found this out. They found it means that there aren't a lot of shark attacks. Let's make that clear. It's more likely, you're
Very
more
rare.
likely to
Very rare.
get hurt some other way. But they
Yeah,
found
like
out
in a car accident. They're more likely to be in a car
car
accident.
accidents, slipping in the
Yeah.
tub, you know, everything kills you
By
faster
yeah,
than
train
sharks.
accident more.
If you're trying to, you know, do death by shark, you should probably just be hanging out in the bathtub or something like that instead. It's easier to die that way. So according to Men's Journal, the Shark Lab at Cal State Long Beach did a study, and they did it with drones, and they went over like beaches and stuff and looked for sharks around people, and it turns out they're there all the time. They did 1,500 drone flights spanning 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And they found the sharks were observed swimming near humans on 97% of the days surveyed, often within 50 yards of the wave breaks. So there's just sharks. When you're out there and you're worried about sharks, they're probably there, but they're just like dogs.
And without problems, like they're there.
During this whole time that they did
90%
this,
of the time, right?
the whole time that they did this, 2 years, no shark bites were reported. You see?
That I believe. I could actually believe that statistic.
How can a shark get you when you're in the bathtub? It's a good point. It's a very good point. So there's a website about sharks where you can see it's an interactive shark map, which is kind of cool. And you can see all where the shark attacks are and whether they're fatal or non-fatal if you're tracking that. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's nice. You should put that link in there. And
Yeah,
show.
definitely put
Bonnie,
that
put the link
in the
to
show
that
notes.
in the show notes, and maybe put it in the comment section. I like that. I'm gonna go check that
Bonnie
out. Celia loves watching shark stuff. It's creepy.
She does.
Yeah, she does. I walk in the room and she's watching. Oh, man gets attacked by a shark. I was like, why are you watching
Well, it's
this?
kind of interesting, right? And
Yeah,
here's a
but
map.
it's creepy.
Here's a map for Celia to take a look at because I don't know how to make this thing work or whatever, but you can see all the sharks. Right now I'm looking at Kentucky, so I don't think there are many shark attacks there.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. You never know. In local aquarium or something.
Shark might have swam up the river.
Yeah, you can see on this
Louisville.
thing. You can see where the attacks are. I can't see any attacks right now, but I don't know.
Look, there's no red flags anywhere.
There are no shark attacks. Anyway,
Yeah, not today.
So yeah, so there you go. There you have it. This is lots of bathtubs in Kentucky. Yeah, you have to go take a bath there if you're gonna. So
that is beautiful. What ocean is that? That's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous? Well, this is the segue into the part where we're going to go into the EV Nautilus and go down deep in the ocean.
There's a jellyfish
And we're going to look
right
at
above.
this incredible jellyfish.
What is that?
This is an extremely rare
This.
jelly,
that.
as they call them,
Oh my gosh. Oh my
deep down in the
goodness.
ocean. I love the way
Look
they.
at that
Sorry, yeah, go ahead
symmetry.
and do like a partial zoom.
What is that?
Can we turn the lasers off?
I don't
Wow.
never seen
What?
anything like that.
I'm telling you, dude,
It has
the
that
ocean
ocean
is
characteristic of a
like
jellyfish.
outer
I mean, that
space.
is a
There's so
jelly.
much going on over there that
Lasers off.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
look at that.
pretty.
Whoa!
What did
Whoa.
it show for us?
Crazy.
That just
Isn't
like
that cool?
collapsed in on itself. Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
That's a jellyfish, right?
I've
They
never
didn't even
seen
know what
this
it
many
was.
Arms. I
Well,
mean, it's only
They
five
start to
arms.
speculate,
They
and
must be
they're-
modified tentacles.
They're probably a little wrong. I have some info on it.
Oh my gosh. And then something else.
Somewhere.
I think
Oh,
that
a sea cucumber.
she just said modified tentacles.
Yeah,
It
this
looks
is
like a jellyfish.
odd.
You know they call them.
I have
She knows
no
her
idea
jellyfish
what
because she
it
calls them
is.
jellies. They call them jellies.
Jellies.
It's a jelly.
The jelly has modified tentacles.
This is what I was really hoping for to see. Jellyfish are my favorite sea
He
creatures.
loves
Really?
sea
This is
creatures,
awesome.
and jellyfish.
That could be easily.
Yeah, so Steve said
the
a
orbit
helmet jelly with
Could be
less
easily
tentacles.
In space.
That looks pretty.
Yeah, look at that.
But
Well, the
also
thing about
that
this kind of
way
space
the
is you see
tentacles are
lots of
protruding from
life.
The top, that is so cool. Yeah,
And when we
like
go into
angled
space, we don't
towards
see
each
any
other.
life.
Yeah.
You say it's a helmet jelly?
Here's
Yes.
one more from them.
Oh.
She called it a helmet jelly.
I know, but I think they were wrong. Because they're just talking off the cuff, you know?
Dumbo.
This is a Dumbo octopus.
A shark and a Dumbo together?
Wait, this is too much for me.
I don't need the lottery.
I don't need the happy world.
So this
What's
is
a
the EV
Dumbo?
Nautilus.
Is that a form of jellyfish?
No, it's an octopus.
Gorgeous one.
Dumbo
Oh.
octopus.
Yeah, turn off the laser.
Oh, that's a squid.
So happy right now. Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
Probably
It's got, like,
Oh, it looks like
wings.
a whale and a squid.
45.
Love it.
Oh my
45.
45.
Wow.
What?
See you
That is
later.
amazing.
Am I allowed to say
Thank you,
this?
Dave.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That looks
Thanks for
delicious.
saying hello.
You can follow it.
No,
if
you're
you
not
want.
allowed to say that.
I mean, look at it. I mean, some calamari.
Challenge.
Forget about it.
You can follow it
Challenge
if you
accepted.
can.
Oh, you thought that was funny, lady, huh?
There
Yes,
you
chat.
go.
We
There
have
you
been
go.
blessed.
Ship movie is underway. But
Okay,
it's headed in the right direction.
Contest time.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Wait
when
a
they
minute,
open their
dude, check it
tentacles
out.
a little bit.
What?
What if they're joshing
Really working
us?
hard to stay in the
That's some
water.
AI shit.
Those big fins.
Right.
That is not AI.
What if
Sorry,
they
those fins
created
like
that? They put a whale and the octopus together, or squid, and then they
Yeah, I saw
put the
they
image and
modified
animated
ears.
it.
It's
You
pretty crazy,
bastard.
isn't it?
Good point.
All right, enough of
Yeah.
this. That was some
Hey.
really long.
contest.
That was some really long animal life excursions there and penny excursions. I think we need to do a little contest. You know, the 80s movie contest that we've been working on, we're almost done with it. We're almost finished.
Really?
Well, it keeps growing, but you know, it's the way it goes.
Well, it keeps growing. I mean, what are
I
you
think
gonna
we
do?
just ought to do it just a couple of those right now because we got to work through it. It's like a job. We got to work through the 80s movie contest. I got to get through this thing. Got to graduate. Maybe to the 90s
Yeah.
movie contest.
Gotta graduate.
So let's see. Let's see what we got today. Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
You
ready.
gonna answer the question? You're always ready.
I was born ready.
Okay. Let's do this thing. Alan Ruck of Succession starred in what 1986 skipping school movie?
Am I allowed to look right now, or do I gotta close my eyes still?
I think I probably didn't even do the timer thing. I don't even know. Oh,
Alan Ruck.
Janelle's almost
Alan
got
Ruck
it.
was Ferris Bueller's best friend.
yeah. So what is it?
Oh, Ferris Bueller. I'm sorry.
What's the name of the movie? Still
Ferris
not.
Bueller's Day Off.
Okay, you got it.
Bueller.
Ferris
Bueller.
Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller. Hey, was that guy a senator once?
The guy who played the teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day
Yeah.
Off?
Wasn't he like a politician or college professor or something weird?
No, I think he got in trouble for like some kind of Me Too thing.
That guy? The Bueller.
Oh no,
Bueller.
not that guy. No, that's a different guy. That was the guy.
Oh.
What? Ben Stein? Wasn't that Ben Stein? Ben
Yeah,
Stein's
that was
money?
Ben Stein.
Yeah.
You're thinking of the comedian
I was thinking of the principal.
who was a senator.
That's
That's who you're thinking of.
What comedian who was a senator?
The Matt knows. What's his name? Guignol, you know.
Neil says, "I got it." What were you talking about? Guignol, you said Bueller. You said Bueller.
That was his answer for the movie.
I mean, I guess I could give it to him, but next time you got to say the entire movie name. I think, right?
Yeah, you made me say the entire movie name.
I know,
I said
but he had
Ferris
already
Bueller's best
said-
friend. He said, "What's the name of the movie?"
He had already said Bueller. Okay, so now close your eyes.
All right.
Oh, Guignol says he's typing. Okay, all right, you're right. It's much harder. All right, let's see. Guignol is going to look at this. This you can't even see the whole thing.
Tell me.
Okay.
Can I
No,
look?
I can't read it. No, you can't.
Okay.
This is an 80s movie. It's kind of an unbelievable plot for Would Never Fly Today. I don't think.
Bro, when do I get to look?
All right, go ahead. Look.
An immigrant housemaid seduces a 15-year-old boy and later fakes her own death as part of a chauffeur's blackmail plot. Troubles arise when the two start to fall in love. Who, the chauffeur and the housemaid, or the 15-year-old boy?
The 15-year-old boy and the housemaid.
Private school. No.
You almost got it. You almost got it.
What's that? The housemaid she's French or something, or European.
She's not from, she's an immigrant of some sort.
Yeah, but she's not Latina. She's like.
Yeah, I think she might be French.
She's a gorgeous European woman.
Yeah, it's. You almost got it. You almost got it.
I know. What's the private lessons?
That's it. Nice. Yeah. All right. It's 1-1.
That's a very provocative movie.
It is. I don't think they could make that movie today. Do you?
Very provocative. Oh yeah, they can make that movie today.
You think so? I mean, people are getting
absolutely.
arrested
If you
for that.
can't make movies, coming of age movies that are true, then that's bullshit. Because that happened. Let me. I'm gonna say this, and anybody can have their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was younger, if an older woman seduced you, it was kind of a victory.
I mean, look at The Graduate.
Completely different. Exactly. Completely different from older man molesting.
But women are getting
teenager.
arrested for that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a completely different time. Completely
That's what I'm
different time. And The Graduate, are you telling me we can't redo The Graduate?
I don't know. What
We
about
can
Lolita?
redo it, but there's going to be a lot of... The storyline is going to take it.
Equal Means Equal says, I sense some bias, Bloss. The housekeeper not being Hispanic somehow makes her more appealing and gorgeous. Oh, that was interesting.
Oh, let me comment on that, my friend. Equal means equal,
now we're
okay?
talking.
I was not indicating that the person was more gorgeous. I was basically indicating back then, to make that movie, they weren't really using the Real Housekeepers. Because I know some very gorgeous
Check this out.
and
Now
beautiful Latin housekeepers.
Look at this comment. Now we're waking people up.
Had affairs with famous men. Like, I don't want to mention anybody, but somebody has a very long name that sounds like Schwarzenegger.
Greg Wardle
She was
says,
Latina,
sleeping with a 15-year-old is statutory rape in all 50 states. It's wrong. There we go. That's like the
Greg,
you could not make
You're just
this.
stating the law. You're not stating how it was in the 1970s or 60s.
Guinel says, well, it was still
80s.
statutory rape.
Al
Franken.
Franken!
That's
I
who
knew
you were thinking of.
Guinel would know, or Matt would know.
Love
Al Franken was a comedian who became a senator who had a Me Too problem.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use one of my sound effects.
I kind of feel the hummingbird should get a bonus point for that because it wasn't extended.
Okay, it's now 1-2 hummingbirds. Guinel says, what if both are 15? Well, I don't think that's
That's
statutory.
considered consensual
Is that
statutory
wrong?
rape.
Okay, well, she wasn't 15. Okay, you ready? You ready for this? Greg says, it was the law in the 70s as well. Sleeping with a child is always wrong. Thank you, Greg. Jeez. You're getting slaughtered today.
I thought our other buddy was the attorney. What's Greg? Isn't he like a gardener or
teacher.
something?
He's a teacher. All right.
Oh, he's a teacher. Okay,
don't-
good. He knows the rule.
Keep your hands on your face. Keep your hands
They're
on your
there.
face.
I did not move.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
You can't see them?
Oh, I can see them. I can totally see them.
Okay.
I'm giving them a good amount of time.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, good enough to beat me, right? Who famously said, "Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns." He's talking to a youth. Bad News Bears. Walter Matthau.
Good guess.
I know.
He made this sign. Don't
Or you'll
mess with the
get the
bull, young man.
horns.
Or you'll get the horns.
Get the horns. CBGB. Right. This is the 80s movies, right?
80s movies. I don't think they had a CBGB movie in the 80s.
No, they didn't make that movie till the...
They just made the
Early
real
2000s.
thing, maybe. Greg Wardle says Breakfast Club. Yes.
God darn it! It was the teacher
Yes.
he had the toilet condom stuck to his
Do you
pants.
know the teacher's name?
You know, I don't remember his name. What's his name?
Richard
That
Dick
Dick.
Vernon, after
right.
Paul Gleason.
Remember they were calling him Dick?
Yeah.
Okay, Dick. That's what Judd Nelson said. Our,
Speaking of Judd
lunch
Nelson, we
therapy
had
buddy.
him on the show. We always say who we had on the show. There he
Yep,
was.
Judd Nelson, lunch therapy buddy right there.
Mr. Vernon. Mr. Vernon.
That guy was great. He was
He's
one
a
of the
great actor,
best villains of the 1980s.
He really was.
Yeah, he was great. He was such a jerk.
All right, so, and you know, little known fact, they shot that movie in order. Like the scenes all in order.
Oh, really?
So they could have
Is
continuity.
that directed by John Hughes?
Yep. All right, now here's another one.
Not only was he a talented writer, but he became a very, very talented director. Okay, go ahead.
Two quotes from the same movie.
Don't mess with the bull, young man, or you'll get the horns.
So this is two quotes
from the same movie.
I loved how he used to throw his jacket. You know, he used to push his jacket behind his waist so he could put his hand in his pocket, or he could put his hand on his waist like Superman.
Oh shoot!
He was good at
Greg
that.
got it already. You haven't even seen it.
What? That's a fact, Jack. Lighten up, Francis. What's his name? The sergeant, right? The sergeant from Stripes.
Yeah, you just have to say Stripes. You just have to say Stripes.
Oh, you just had to say the title of the movie?
Yeah, because I think.
What about the staff sergeant? Remember, you don't talk
one
like
is
that.
like every cast
Frickin'
member
mouth.
except for one, and the other is the guy who was in charge. Yeah, who was that guy who was there? Drill sergeant.
Well, that's a fact, Jack. That was Bill Murray's line.
Yeah, but they all said it.
when they were-
Remember?
Yeah, that's a fact, Jack.
Sergeant Holka.
Yeah, Sergeant Hook was like, "Take it easy, Francis."
I like that guy. That actor was cool.
He was good too. Very good.
What is
Very good replica, or not even a replica. It was the same era from Sergeant Carter, from Gomer Pyle.
Different.
No,
era.
that's not Sergeant Carter.
Okay,
Is that
close your eyes.
Sergeant Carter?
Close your eyes.
From
While
Gomer Pyle.
you investigate your brain pan.
I love that guy too. That guy was great.
Okay, here's another one. I don't know what is going on with that one. It's not. Okay.
Gonna look. Come on, these guys are fast.
I'm gonna let you loose. I'm gonna let you loose now. Go ahead.
What 1984 movie had 3 different endings depending on the theater where you saw it? Ah, clue.
Greg got it again. I mean,
But
we gotta
it
come
was
up with a new way.
The theater where you saw it depends on the city you saw it, right?
No, the theater. Everybody had a different third reel of the thing. There were only 3 endings, right? 3 endings.
Right.
They had
Well, there's
different-
only 6 characters.
Yeah, so everybody can't do it, man.
Right, and there's too many possibilities. There's 3 possibilities: what room, what weapon,
Oh yeah.
and who did it. Yeah. In the library.
They remade it,
Mr.
didn't they?
Green
They remade that
with
movie,
the
right?
pipe. What's that?
Didn't they remake that movie?
Oh, did they?
No,
I
Greg, you
heard
should
they're
play
trying to.
definitely. You should definitely play. We're almost to the end of this thing.
What's
All
her
right.
name from the woman, the actress, the comedic actress from the original Clue? Shit. Brenna? Brennan?
Try and figure out who was in it. It's tough.
Got her name.
Close your eyes.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if Greg can get this one. Oh, this one. Okay.
Great. Don't
Go
be
ahead.
giving Greg more time than me.
Okay, go ahead.
What famous space movie featured a villain made of pizza? That would be Spaceballs.
You got that one, but only because I gave you good time on that one.
But I mean, where did you see a pizza ever in a space movie?
Well, if
The
you
image
didn't
is
know
so
what
clear.
Spaceballs are, you'd be so messed up.
It's so clear,
But that,
though.
you're not really living your life the right way if you don't know what Spaceballs is. You're really missing
They
out
should
on the whole
redo
thing.
Spaceballs and bring back Rick Moranis.
Oh, we had another actor from that on the show, Stephen Tobolowsky. He was on that.
Steven Tobolowsky, I love him.
Oh, close your eyes.
Love
Close
him.
your eyes.
Remember?
Yeah, isn't he great?
Wait, I won't look. But remember Steven Tobolowsky in Groundhog Day?
Oh yeah, he was so great in that.
He was great. He kept trying to sell insurance and he stepped in the gutter. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
That was good. That was such a good piece.
Check out that episode too. 128.
Yes.
He's a great
go back.
storyteller. You know, he tells great stories.
Oh
It's
yeah.
incredible.
Well, he's a
Neil got the
he's
next
a
one
master-
already.
Bro, he's a masterful actor, bro. You know what I mean, he's a classic journeyman.
These guys got it right away.
What song does John Cusack play in the? Oh, come on, you guys. That you know what? And to me, I like Peter Gabriel, but that is such a great song, and I can't even name 4 other songs. I can't name
Peter
4
Gabriel
other Peter
songs?
Gabriel songs.
You're kidding me.
I mean, maybe some Genesis stuff, but not. I can't name the solo. You have the actual box. Did you buy that online or?
I actually have one that looks like the actual box too, but I don't. That one doesn't. But I have one that looks like the actual box. I'm gonna give that one to Blas just for the fun of it. No, I can't give that to Blas. 'cause
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't
You're giving me charity points?
I'm not giving you any
I don't
points. It's
do-
5 to
I
3.
don't
I'm
do
not
charity.
doing that. I just wanted to cause an uproar.
Don't do that.
So
I'm
yeah,
more than capable
there's
of
the
earning
there's
my
the
stripes.
boombox. There he is.
How many iconic poses did John Cusack have?
Just that one, right? He's got another one. I like to think of him as in. You remember in Better Off Dead when he takes the toothbrushes and he puts them in his mouth and he's like an alien guy.
Yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah. See, you remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one.
That's the magic of John Cusack.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Somebody maybe told him to do that because there's a wacky director of that movie, but generally he can pull that off.
Do you remember his pose in what was it, Sweet 16? Or 16
Kamala says
Candles?
she got that one. Okay, yeah, you all got that one.
16 Candles?
16 Candles?
Yeah. He's leaning against the wall.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, no, you don't. You don't have evidence.
He was so cool, let's face it.
Yeah, and he's 6'10".
You know what he's doing
very
now?
small.
He's going around the country with his movies. They show his movie, and then he has a little Q&A about it. And he's going around with all different movies.
And you know how much money he's making doing that?
Probably
Tons of money, dude. Tons of money.
Oh, yeah, he must be.
Tons.
I don't think he's
a
just
lot
doing
of actors.
I don't think he's just doing it for fun.
And I'll tell you right now.
There's the cat cam.
I'd love to book Kamala out on a national tour of Born in East LA.
You gonna book her on a tour?
And have her sign posters, merchandise, sell merchandise, little Q&A.
Yeah.
Make sure that we keep the stalkers away. Give out fake addresses so they don't fake hotel names. And I would book that out for Kamala.
Okay, so next, close your eyes.
Oh.
Ready? This is another interesting thing. Guineel says he found Dogma on YouTube. Oh, this is so easy. I'm not even gonna let you.
What famous band was Peter Gabriel? Oh, I said it earlier.
I know you did. That's why this doesn't count. It doesn't count. Genesis.
Who was the most famous member?
You know what? Guineel said it. Guineel said it, but I'm not gonna
What do you mean
point
he
at
said it?
He said it before you did. Like,
I
you
said it a question ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because you didn't say it after the question. Genesis. This is a good picture, though. Look at Peter Gabriel. He's got like wings on his head, bat wings.
Wait a minute. Oh, he's wearing that. That's a headband he's wearing, right?
It's a headband with wings on the back somehow.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Everybody else dressed normally. There's a, what's his name?
But that's how strange Peter Gabriel is, bro.
Yeah, he's super
Look
fun.
at him, bro.
He's
super Bowie-esque.
Yeah, he's a unique individual.
But wait a minute. Is that the Foo Fighter guitar player and drummer of Nirvana?
It looks like it, but this is way before then. And then, because he was probably like 12. David Grohl was like 12 at that time. And then,
and is that
Phil
Peter
Collins,
Frampton?
Phil
in the
Collins.
Front?
Yeah.
That's Peter Frampton, right?
Can anybody name the Genesis members? I don't know. I used to have a couple albums of theirs. Thought they were great.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why does it look like Phil Collins is wearing a cat's paw on his face?
I think Phil Collins was actually photoshopped into that picture. I don't think they let him hang around with them. He looks like the kind of guy that's like, "Hey guys,
like he's not there.
Want to go
He's
out
not
for
even in the-
want to
he's
go
not
out for
even
a
at the
sandwich
park."
after this?" Yeah.
I will tell you what I do know.
Huh.
That is his true height.
That is. Yeah. Even though they
I was
photoshopped him
damn
in.
near eye to eye with Phil Collins when I met him. And I was
Really?
like, oh shit, I thought he
Oh.
was gigantic. I thought he was a taller man.
All right, close your eyes. Let's see if there's
But his
another one.
songs are so
There's another
good.
one.
So good.
Yeah, he's great.
I was just playing In the Air tonight for Alexander the other day.
This is a
'Cause I was
weird
learning
question.
The drum breakdown from In the Air tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I could feel it coming in the air.
Love that.
Can I
Cat is
look now,
still-
or what's happening?
Okay, go ahead. It looks like the
What
cat.
famous line did Harrison Ford improv in Empire Strikes Back after Carrie Fisher's character says, "I love you"? He said, "I know."
You got it.
He said,
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
"Of course you do." I know. I love you. I know.
I know. Apparently it was
So
improvised.
good.
Do you
What
think
a
it was improvised?
great line, though.
It is a great line. So in line with
And
his
the most
character.
expression on her face.
She just had no expression.
He said, "I know," and she went.
Yeah. All right, what's next? What's next? I know. There's the expression on his face. I know.
Oh, you're showing the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's right. He was going to get he was being cryo freeze, right?
Okay, it's 5 to
I
4.
know.
It's 5 to 4. Yeah, it's right before he gets frozen. Like that.
And that was a great pose too.
Yeah. His face was contorted like that. Because he's really good at face contortion. Anyway, okay.
Hey, I get a point for that, don't I?
You do. This is a tough one, too. This is a tough one. This is going to round out the quiz. Oh, man. I don't know if anybody's going to get this one. But if you do...
Hey, did you give me a point for I know?
Yeah, it's 5 to 4.
Okay.
So this will either tie it up or how many votes will win.
When do I look?
Okay, go.
This movie was initially planned as a horror movie called Dark Skies. Dark Sky. This movie was in Dark Sky. Dark Sky.
This is getting kind of tense, this one.
Dark Skies. Oh, man, I could feel it. I could almost see the movie. Dark Sky. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Jose's like way behind, I think. So you just
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
No.
Star Wars.
No. Oh, wait, let me get my little buzzer thing.
Empire Strikes Back. You can't. Empire Strikes Back is one of the greatest titles of it, and probably one of the greatest Part 2 movies. Movie universe.
Who directed Empire Strikes Back?
Erwin Winkler.
I think he did, right?
No.
I was going to say Lawrence Kasdan.
No. If it wasn't George Lucas, it was Steven Spielberg.
No, it was like Lawrence Kasdan or somebody like that.
No, it was Kathleen Kennedy.
We're going to find out. People are guessing. Okay, Empire Strikes Back.
Frank Oz.
No, it's somebody that you don't expect. No,
I know.
Irvin. That's why I said, or you said Erwin Winkler, and I was like, yeah, it might be actually, but no, it's Irvin Kershner. Can you believe that?
Kershner.
Best Star Wars movie is directed by.
He's
Irvin
the brother
Kershner.
of David Kirshner's concerts.
I heard he was a Hari Kershner.
He started the Kirshner project.
But that's kind of interesting, right? He also directed RoboCop 2.
Yeah, he was in the early Spielberg, Lucas, protege, not protege, but that era of directors.
Yeah.
Who's the director who did Forrest Gump?
Red Dawn.
Dark Skies, Red Dawn. That's not a bad guess.
Yeah. I like Red Dawn though. Wolverines.
Dark Sky.
All right.
No, this is the '80s, right? Wait.
This is for all the marbles, people. Pretty serious stuff.
Dark Sky.
I think that, I said pretty serious stuff, and my Siri came on and said, what do you want?
Pretty serious stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, how can I help you, Joel?
Doesn't it look like the cat is like just a photograph of a cat, but it's actually the cat?
Oh.
Maybe I should wake him up. Look.
Oh, now he wants his belly rubbed.
Yeah. So,
Wait.
You're going to guess it because you were really close. I got to say, you were really close.
Dark Skies. That's kind of the third kind. Oh, E.T.
You got it.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
could see it and I couldn't hear it. Hey, I think changing the title
Liquid Sky.
was
I like it. Yeah.
brilliant.
Changing the title, yeah. Dark Skies.
Who wrote it? Whoever wrote it was calling it Dark Skies at first.
Yeah. And it
I
was a
bet-
horror movie.
I was gonna say, I'll bet it was probably a dark. Yeah, it was probably a horrible horror.
People are really talking about Liquid Sky. That was a good movie. Did you see it?
That was a good. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I love that movie.
Was
But
that
that's not
80s or
an
90s?
80s movie. No, I think that's a 90s movie at least.
Yeah, I feel like that was 90s.
Well,
Hey, wait a minute. We're tied 5-5, my friend.
Should we do another one? I think there might be another one.
A tiebreaker?
Yeah, because
Wait a minute. You
we
said
gotta
we're almost
go.
done with the 80s. How many more questions do we got?
I can't. Oh, wait, I think I can tell here. Hold on.
Let's
Give me a
finish them.
special
Come
thing.
on, let's finish the 80s so we can move on to
All right,
another
let's do it.
decade.
There's one more. This is great because we're tied and there's one more.
All right.
All
Don't
right,
make
tied
me
up
wait
5-5.
too long.
I know.
Don't
Close
make
your
me
eyes.
wait long.
Close your eyes.
Greg and Danielle and Matt, those guys, they're going to kill me. Todd.
Okay, here we go.
Bastard.
Here we go. Liquid Sky.
Tell me when to look.
I was thinking Vanilla Sky, but it's Liquid Sky. That's like that might be like a 1982. It is an 80s movie. They were right.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, go ahead. Look.
Provided the voice for Gizmo in Mogwai.
Gizmo the Mogwai. Kamala says, an alien creature invades New York's punk subculture in its search for an opiate released by the brain during orgasm. That sounds like a good movie. Liquid Sky.
Wait a minute. I just like that title. Can a woman read that?
Guignel says, Robin Williams, the voice of Gizmo, the Mogwai.
That's close. I bet probably. If
You
not,
know what
if
movie
not
we're
Robin
talking
Williams,
about, right?
Probably. Yeah, it's Gremlins, isn't it?
Gremlins, yeah. And the Mogwai
Yeah.
is the little furry creature that turns into the gremlin.
Yeah,
If you get it
the
wet.
fluffy stuffed animal with the big eyes.
Oh my God, Ray Scanlon just got it. Ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
Howie
ding,
Mandel?
ding. Whoops. Oh my God, that
Damn
was
it,
good.
Hal.
It was Howie Mandel.
Remember, it was like.
Well, Howie Mandel says that he has quite a voiceover career. By the way, congratulations to the Hummingbirds. Again, they have triumphed. Very
Did they win
legitimately,
though?
too.
Did they?
Very
did
legitimately.
Did they win?
Listen to the
Honest.
Hallelujah music.
I mean, look at the score. Did they
They
win,
won.
Joel?
Ray says it's one of his favorites. He loves Gremlins.
Did they win, Joel?
They did. They won.
The score's 10-6.
I don't know why it's 10-6. What happened? Did you just do that?
How could you say they won?
You can't do that.
How could you say they
You're
won?
not allowed to change the board.
It's impossible. It's impossible
Oh,
to say
no,
they
now
won.
he's cheating.
I mean, it's 15-6.
Is Boney cheating for you? Is that what's going on? You know, Gremlins,
Thanks,
when
Boney.
I worked in a movie theater during Gremlins, and they would bring their kids, everybody would bring their kids, and the kids would come out
Wait a
crying.
minute. You were working at a
crying.
movie theater when Gremlins was on?
Yeah, my first job.
Bro, what are you, like 62?
I'm like 80, 84.
No, your
saw the
age.
outfit.
What are you, 62 years old?
Guignel said
You
he
mean
saw
working
the
in a movie
outfit.
theater?
Well, I was very young. I was 2. I saw
Yeah,
the
you were,
outfit
like,
last night,
6.
and it was a resurgence of Gremlins. It was like coming. They brought it back. Outfit. Terrified the
outfit?
kids. Yeah, the kids would
You
come
saw the
out
outfit of what?
screaming because they advertised the movie like it was a kids movie, but it was not a kids movie. As soon as I remember, the thing that really set them off is one of the Gremlins like got in the blender, and then the other one like pressed the button and blended him. And they were like, hey! And they were so
Top blew
terrifying
off,
to
the
little
Gremlins
kids.
splattered. No,
Oh
the
my
top
God.
didn't fly off. It just got.
They were so mad at us too, because we're just standing out there taking the tickets, and they were like, "How dare you!" And the little kids were like, "Ah!"
The lady who said "How dare you"? Did you say "I'm sorry, Karen"?
I should
So
have.
sorry, Karen.
I would have been way
Come
ahead of
on,
my time.
Man, it's a movie, dude.
That movie was too
Back
scary
then,
for me.
The ratings weren't they weren't as effective back then.
Do you know who directed
The only
that
way-
movie?
Listen, the ratings.
Oh, the ratings
only
weren't effective.
ones
No,
that were
obviously not.
Were the NC-17s, like when there was too much sex. But
Remember
the
that?
Violence? Oh, the violence as kids. Oh man, dude, they're killing aliens and killing people and Friday the 13th. I don't even think Friday the 13th was rated R back then.
They were all over the place, because if you said the F word like too many times in a movie, you would get like NC-17, or even before they had NC-17, they just would have X. Like Shampoo, the movie Shampoo got an X rating when it first came out.
Hey, when he was
They would
blow
just
drying
kill
that
it.
lady's hair, that was very
pretty sexy.
suspicious.
Very sexy.
I remember my cousin going, "Why is her head in that position? Why isn't she sitting up?"
Okay,
And
we
I
got to
looked at
dance
him
this
and I
out. We got to dance. I got a really good
Dude.
one for you today. Last
attention.
week we saw a band called The Couch, and they all sat on a couch and played Something in the Way She Moves.
yeah.
And then we saw them again on Friday, but maybe a little bit more expanded, a little bit more. Oh, I remember he had that crazy like keyboard thing. It was just him and her. And now we're gonna see a full-blown extravaganza of a Paul McCartney song. Here we go.
Of the Couch Band?
Couch band. Well,
Dance break.
yeah.
On lunch therapy.
It's like, it's at least the singer from Couch Band. Her name's Tema Siegel. Remember her voice?
Oh yes, I do remember.
Maybe
She need
I'm
more Joe.
amazed at the way you love
Exactly.
me all the time. Maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you.
No.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you pull
hummingbirds
the way I
today?
really need you.
Yeah, they got lucky.
Maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's
Ray
in the
Scanlon
middle
came in
of
and pulled it out.
something that he
Hasn't worked.
doesn't really understand. And maybe I'm a man, maybe you're the only woman who could ever help me. Maybe won't
Yeah, I
you
didn't think you were
help
gonna push
me
the right button.
understand?
Special cat.
And maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand. And maybe I'm a man, and maybe you're the only woman who could ever help me. Maybe won't you help me understand?
I want to say thank you to ALEM today too.
The
for
way
letting us
you
play the
miss me all the time.
Nice, ALEM.
BEATBOX bowl.
And maybe I'm afraid of the way I need you.
Oh my God, ants are
Or
attacking.
maybe I'm amazed at the way you help me sing my song. You right me when I'm wrong. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you. And maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand.
Fire, yeah.
And maybe I'm a man, and maybe I'm the only woman who could ever help me. Maybe won't you help me understand?
See y'all on Friday for
Yeah.
some improv action. Here's the credits for you. All
Maybe I'm
right.
amazed. Yeah, she was
Maybe I'm
good.
amazed.
She's,
That was
she's
good.
She's
She's
got-
good, right?
She's got nice vocals.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Oh.
Guitars really nice one.
Congratulations, Ray.
Like Ray.